if you have active youths that are not constructively engaged, you will definitely have social vices. You have social vices like being open to be used by as thugs by politicians, being open to be used for terrorist activities, as in the case of the Boko Haram insurgency and other forms of banditry and so on, being open. So you need to engage this youthful population. That is why that's the difference between what India is doing and what we are doing. We all have been a very large demographic country, India, 1.4 billion people. What worries them is how they can get this population actively engaged. Because if the population is not actively engaged, then you will have a lot of social vices that comes up, and that is where the Nigerian government, though, have put in a lot of programs. The National Poverty Eradication Program, the NAPEP, successive government.
Some other interventions.
Yes, Shopee and several other, you win.
The MSMEs.
Yes, the MSME, yes. And recently, President Tinubu has put on the student loan scheme. It has put up other things to encourage the youths. Because once you have not, you are not developing your youths, the economy will stagnate, because it is the youths that are supposed to go to the farm. Assuming there are farm estates, there are farm centers, it is the youths that are supposed to be engaged in this active production. In the last election, the issue of production was very key. And how do you get this production? You have to get people to the farm, you have to get people to the industries, you have to get young people to the factories who are supposed to churn out, who are supposed to be involved in the production value chain. For example, if you want to be self-sufficient in rice production, for example, you have to adopt both mechanized and other form of farming techniques that will enhance the production. And youths are very, very important in this aspect. Also, one of the things that population does is that it creates markets. While Nigeria is a hot cake when it comes to international trade, international economic trade, even the African Growth and Opportunity Act, even the African Free Continental Trade Zone.
The AGOAs, the
yes, all these policies, because Nigerian population is very, very attractive to the international community. Any company who brings its products is sure that the population, they have enough customers to be able to use or buy such products. The same with India, 1.4 billion people. So you can imagine, hypothetically, you import 1 million pieces of textile material to India, for example. Maybe the Ankara that I'm wearing, you are able to export it to India, and then the market is there.
It's there.
Because the population is there. So international companies fall over themselves. They gravitate towards high population density areas because of the ready markets. Companies go to high population areas because they can also get cheap labor. One of the things that revolutionized the Chinese economy, American companies moving to China, American companies moving, was the population, the cheap labor. Instead of paying huge amount of money for labor, you could get this at almost a giveaway price. What population does, and why Nigeria continue to remain a very important part of the international community, is because of our human resource base. In international diplomacy, one of the key elements of national power, is population.
Okay, great.
Yes.